Alright, just getting started. I think I'm almost to the end of the riff track. I just basically wanted to finish it off and get the last bit of customization. I'm almost there. It's been a grind, but I'm making it. It's gonna do a few more solo queue challenges. Just deal with all the toxic BS and so forth until I get my rumble hit and spherical bloodweb charm and the last bit of auric cells back. So that should be good. 10 is 8. Closes in just under 2 weeks. Getting there. Kind of did some on both sides here and there. Focusing a little more on Survivor these days. Threw in some killer stuff. Alright, got a co-op with other Survivor Zone generators. It's been going pretty slow. I feel like I might just make it via XP by that point. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
What is this place?
Guess we can start out with Ash. I'm not picky. Some announcements recently from devs and from some other, news accounts keeping track of upcoming things. They released the mid-chapter update and patch notes from the PTB recently. It's a pretty big list. If you want to check it out, you can check it out via the appropriate official sources. I don't really approve of all the changes, of course. I think Deathslinger has always been kind of more difficult to play on console since it relies on, fine aiming and all that works a little better with the mouse and keyboard on PC, but they've always balanced that sort of character for PC, so it's getting a nerf because it's easy to, I guess, aim and then release the aim quickly and be able to do something else on PC. As I said, it takes me longer to aim as a console player with that character, so the fact that it's getting hit with the nerf based on PC performance is something that's an issue for me. So kind of wasted a lot of points prestiging the character too, because I thought it had a cool theme and all that, like a supernatural western sort of character, but probably won't really be playable in any competitive way on console. Competitive not meaning esports, but just meaning, this game would be a joke for esports, but I just mean being able to hold your own against the typically sweaty, like try-hard, pre-made survivor groups that tend to walk all over people who are not playing less than their A game and their A-list characters. And Deathslinger, with the new changes, will firmly drop down to D-list, or worse. It's unfortunate because you can do some pretty funny stuff with it. They're also hitting the spirit with yet another nerf back, because I guess the previous nerfing wasn't enough. They're making it increasingly obvious, like, where she is when phasing, and they're making it harder. Like, she has new add-ons that make it even harder for her to do things like see scratch marks, but they give her something else occasionally. It's supposed to make up for it, but some of them don't quite manage to. There are some that I don't think I would actually use. But they're also making like marks appear, or like little puffs of dust appear around her feet while she's phasing, in addition to directional and proximity-based phasing sounds, like the closer you get to someone. So that's gonna be pretty bad for her. So basically, phase walking has been nerfed again, and the spirit in general has been nerfed. The plague, of course, the character you most want to see played during a pandemic, is getting buffed across the board pretty much. Some quality of life improvements, because we all want people playing a character called the plague during a plague. That makes sense to me. So on a positive note for Survivor players, lots of perks getting buffed. Some new perk types coming in. Stranger Things characters' perks are all being converted to general perks and renamed. So if you're not sure what one is going to be, might want to take a look at the list they have of the ones they're renaming. I think they're just trying to disassociate them from characters that they're removing from the game. If I'd known they were going to do that, I wouldn't have bought the DLC when it was on sale, but and before that I had actually spent some iridescent shards getting some perks a la carte, then it went on sale, so I ended up buying it anyway. Wouldn't necessarily have done that. I'm not actually a Stranger Things fan, but they neglected to inform us at the time that they were just going to end up converting all the perks to general ones. I like teammates that bring the killer to you so that you can die along with them. Nice lag shot through the window well after I vaulted through it. Boy, he's pretty determined to get after me, isn't he? Yeah, he just has not stopped. It's like as soon as that person led him to me, he was like, I'm killing this one. They tend to fixate on me a lot. I don't really understand why, but it's like I got a neon sign over my head that says solo player, no backup, please mess with me. And now he's camping. Leatherface players are pretty much universally despised, even in a predominantly toxic community, because they go the extra mile with their toxicity. It's like this weird tradition they've developed. It's like everything they do has to be like dirty and unfair. Let's get the hell out of here. Although he most likely has barbecue, since most killer players in general do. And you can pretty much bet that it's this guy's core perks. He does. Yep. Play to be toxic, buddy. You have managed to slug everyone or tunnel everyone after camping. Sucks to be you, bitch. Of course, he's just gonna take me down again. Well, this is a real train wreck of a first match, but that's generally how it goes. Doing what I can. Did she just... Yep. She just ditched me. No good deed goes unpunished, folks. Randoms are just toxic as hell. Or just really, really stupid. She just turned around and refused to heal me. It would be, pretty cool to get some healing. If you're not too busy. Well, he's nailing people again. Now we must flee because he saw us on barbecue. Let's see if he'll go over and try to tunnel, or if he'll keep looking. He usually goes for the camp and tunnel routine. Yeah, people dropping every 2 seconds. Try to dodge the barbecue this time. Yeah, we were very nearly dead. You can thank flip-flop plus power struggle for us, like, even getting out of that, and I was somehow able to get people up. Like, everyone was down or on the hook, and I was on my way to the hook. But that is why I have that combo. And somebody just DC'd. At least they didn't do it early, they did it late game, which isn't as bad. I'll report people who abandon me early on, but if they do it, relatively late, that's Up to them, I figure. I don't know if I got in there quickly enough. I think I'm gonna have to go rescue. Don't feel too confident about the outcome of this. Yeah, he's camping. So might as well go work on the generator then. He's looking around. But one thing I forgot to mention when I was recapping a little bit in the beginning is there's a new survivor coming in October. Probably like mid-October. I don't know, I saw the date, October 19th, mentioned by a third-party site that sometimes does seem to have inside info. Or just they're good at reporting certain things. This guy's trying to lure us out. It's like, sorry, I don't really care. And for all I know, they're lying on the hatch and I'm making them bleed out by lingering. I've actually died that way. Like, because somebody was camping the exit gate and refusing to leave, and I had crawled to the hatch, and I was just lying there bleeding out. And since they refused to leave, I ended up bleeding out before I could get the hatch. That's another change that they're testing on the PTB and will be, on release eventually. And yes, of course, this guy had max barbecue and chili. But yeah, now I guess once the changes come in, the hatch won't appear. There will be no hatch camping, basically. Until there's one player left, it will not appear. And if you have a key and it's been slammed shut and you want to reopen it, it'll take a little bit of time. But the timer won't restart. Like your progress will be kept if you do part of it and then run away and then come back and do part of it. But yeah, they're also adding, in addition to adding a new type of like the survivor equivalent of hex totems. They're doing like totem blessing perks or boons or something, whatever they're calling them. Survivors will be able to bless totems, and then I guess the killer has to go around and like remove the blessing if they find it. But they seem pretty powerful. They're introducing a character that will have a couple of those, I think. They're probably like using her as a way to introduce that sort of perk. It's like a Halloween themed character, so it's like a cute witch type of survivor with beneficial magic and a clairvoyance perk that also has to do with like totems in a way. It gets powered up when she cleanses the totem, and then she has some blessings she can do on other totems. So I guess I've gotten to tier 69, giggity and all that. Yeah, one to go, but 10 fragments to go. And we've seen how painful the matches can be, and that's when I make it out. I can try a different character. But yeah, looking forward to the new character. I always like checking out new characters in general on both sides, although I've been waiting a bit on purchasing the most recent killers. Because I feel like the devs kind of need to be taught a lesson about releasing buggy DLC, breaking everything in the game, and then expecting people to pay for it before they fix it. So I'm kind of waiting until they fix more things and do all that. Then I'll pick them up on sale later. Last two have also been licensed killers, so you have to pay cash for them. So I figured maybe I'll wait until they're old enough to go on sale. Just because I feel like this game has too many issues for me to pay full price for stuff anymore, and the devs are not handling things in a way that I like. So, and they keep nerfing characters that I like. Hell, they're even nerfing the Wraith a little bit. I guess they felt like they overcompensated with his last round of buffs, so they're nerfing a couple things for the Wraith. And I haven't really played him lately. He was like the first killer I ever played. At the time, he was severely underpowered, which is why they've been slowly bringing him up, but it took forever for them to do so. See, this is why I can't co-op with people. It always ends up being some crap like that where they advertise and then the killer shows up and you have to run. Oh, saw some movement over there, so I'm guessing. Oh yeah, there's some severe camping going on. Well, this should be short. Let me guess, barbecue? He pretty much beelined right for me after he hooked that second person. It's 2 people hooked and no gens done. Looks like another train wreck in action. Let's see what we can salvage though. I don't know if I made it to that in time. We'll see. Jesus H. Christ, people. I mean, seriously. Yep, that has happened every time I've tried to help someone out on the gen. They just fuck it up. And now Devour Hope is in play, so yeah. My hope was already kind of devoured. This has just been a train wreck. But this whole game is kind of a train wreck, so that's why I don't play it as much anymore. But I just wanted to finish off the rift track. And then I come back for special events and new characters and such, but other than that, I tend not to bother. He's also camping and so forth on top of it all. Eh. I don't think I could have gotten in front of him there. Plus, then he would know where I am and would just finish me off with Devour Hope. I'm not what you would call good with flashlights, so it's always a real last resort if I use one. That did not get rid of Devour Hope, unfortunately. Alright, let's not do this in like full view of the dude. Alright. Okay, I think that may have destroyed Devour Hope, but I think Ruin is still up. This guy's got a totem heavy loadout. From the looks of things, he had Devour Hope, Undying, and Ruin at the least. Yep, Ruin is still going. I'm guessing his 4th perk is Barbecue, because that's what most of them use. I always try not to rely too much on Barbecue myself. I'll use it on occasion on my killer loadouts, but I don't use it every time the way most of these noobs do. That's what you call BS. Yeah, he should have been hit by that. My stalwart teammates over there. Yeah, we're way behind on this. I don't think it's gonna work out too well. That person's dead. Well, I think we're screwed. Yeah, got that screwed feeling. Oh yeah, he's camping. Where is he? Ah, crap. Didn't make it in time. Because he was camping until the last moment, basically. Oh well, almost made it. He doesn't really have to try. It's randoms, randoms are easy. because why wouldn't he instantly find me? Like, why wouldn't the game put me right in front of him? Why not? At least I brought my sweater. Kinda cold here. Yeah, gotta love the instant gratification for the killer. He didn't. It's like they don't have to try at all when they're up against randoms. The game just drops you right in front of them. It's like, okay, survive. And then when I switch to killer, it's like, sorry, you're now facing SEAL Team 6 Ultra Pre-Made, gearing up for their MLG tournaments. Not that I always lose. I'm better at killer than I am at survivor, but they always make me work for it so damn hard. Sometimes it's just not worth the effort. I never seem to get the easy randoms groups that I always find myself in. Yeah, crap. Looking at the profile pictures reminds me, I think they're updating several profile pictures with that version that's on the PTB for PEC users currently. They just had a list of characters that they're updating the pictures for. I don't remember it offhand. Tweaking a bunch of add-ons, changing descriptive values to numeric ones, things like that. Well, he may be camping. Yep, that's always toxic as shit. But this is what losers who have no skill do. Behold. Can't even use a controller properly. Oh, they triggered the hatch, but they were able to allow me to run to the gate while they escaped the other hatch. That's another thing that won't happen after that update, though. The hatch will simply not be in play at all, unless there's only one person remaining. But for now, yeah, somebody had a key. It serves him right. Like, he was being dirty as hell. Just camping me just because I was the last person he downed. It's not really fair. And yes, of course, barbecue, because don't leave home without it, right, noobs? This group was pretty experienced, so they bailed me out. And then bailed themselves out with the skeleton key. I do get tired of being on the bottom of the scoreboard, but part of it is because I play a little more careful, and being careful gets you less points. You do kind of feel like shit sometimes, like I've gotten tired of it ending up that way. I mean, it doesn't always, but frequently, like, people get more points for being loud and stupid than for being careful, so that's the way it goes. Yeah, he was definitely being abusive, just for no good reason, just pretty much face camping me, just out of some weird sense of spite. And I think the others were like a hardcore pre-made or something. They're all the same grade almost. They've definitely been playing a lot more than I have for this particular season. This is going slow though. I might have to finish that off another time, or maybe off stream or something. Because I'm approaching my tolerance limits for this. And yeah, I'm only like 3 fragments into that final tier. I think. Wait, no. I'm not. Actually, I'm less than that. I'm not really sure. I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm 3 out of 10 on the current challenge, but it's only worth 3 fragments. I think I only have 1 fragment there. Yeah, almost 2. So yeah, that's not great, but I should be able to get to the end before the rift closes. But I think I'm gonna call it at that for now. I think I've at least touched on like a good portion of the upcoming changes. If you want details and numbers, and lists of everything, then you'll have to look at the PTB patch notes and the other announcements and some of the teaser info for the new Survivor is available. But yeah, looks like it'll be a fun looking character. I'll probably pick it up, provided it's an original character. It should be available for iridescent shards in addition to the microtransaction currency, or just plain old cash. But yeah, we'll check it out when it becomes available for us out here on console. We're always the last to get things. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.